Alrighty guys, so today we're going to start the methanol injection installation video, so should be sweet. So they say you want to mount the nozzle about 6 inches or so, 6 inches or less really from the throttle blade. You don't want to mount it before, it has to be after the intercooler. So that's kind of the gist. That's really about all you really need to know. It needs to be in between the intercooler and the throttle body. I mean, you could put it into the intake and all that stuff. You just need to make sure you have a check valve so that way it can't siphon it in, because it'd just be siphoning the freaking, it'd be sucking the, at like idle or whatever, it would be creating a vacuum, which would be sucking it out of the tank, which would be bad. You don't want that. Or when it's off, I think it can siphon it in as well. You don't want that as well. So I think they come with it now, but so I've got the nozzle already into this adapter. If you're going to be putting it into a silicone boot like I am, you're going to need this part number here, the top number. So I think it's kind of pricey. I think it was like 20 or 30 bucks. I think it was 30 bucks because 30 bucks is a little much. 20 bucks would be all right. 30 bucks is a little much. So I'm going to go ahead, pop off this boot. I'm going to mark it before I do that, where I plan to put it. I plan to put it probably like right around here. I think that should be good. Put it right on the elbow. So yeah, we're going to put it right there. And we should be good. So get this thing off, get in the house, because it's kind of chilly. We live in Wisconsin, so no, you can't see it. It's not that cold. It isn't. It's like 36 degrees, so it's actually pretty nice tonight. Or probably 30, whatever. No one cares about the weather. We're here to see Snow Performance Stage 2 kit installed. So let's do that. Alrighty, so that's where I plan to put the hole. So we need it to be that big, if I could put it on camera. So I've got this. I don't think it's too small, but we're gonna do that. If I can't get this to fit in there, then we'll go grab a different drill bit. But let's give this a shot. Kind of want to be careful because you don't want to obviously poke a hole in the other side. That would be a shame. So let's definitely tell this is not going to fit. So I'll be back with the bigger drill bit. Alrighty. Well, this is the best I could do. It's 2 sizes bigger. Maybe. So we'll have to give that the old college try. And see if that will work. The thing I don't like about it is it's really long. So we should be good. If I could get this thing to like settle down more, because I can only get a couple threads out there. I don't know if that's right. Let's see if we can thread the ring on and maybe that'll press it down. Yeah, that seems to do it. So that way it's in there. So we'll we gotta grab some glue for this, so let's grab that real quick. Okay, got a nice little single line on there. Hopefully I did that on the camera because that'd be useful. So yeah, got a nice solid liner on there. Shove it back up in there. Get some on this thing so it's locked in there. Pretty tough. I'd call that good. I think that's in there. Pretty well in there. So we'll be nice and we'll clean this stuff up and then we'll be right back. Alrighty. Now that we got that installed, so we kind of want to, I've already kind of assembled this stuff, but the nozzle goes into yonder. I'm choosing a number 3. You can choose that based on like what's in here. So I'm gonna be like, I'm shooting for 400, so we're gonna go with the 2 to 400. So 175, which is number 3, which is what's in there. So I'm gonna double check that everything is correct here, and then we will get this thing in there, because it sounds like you want to use this stuff pretty much on all the seals, because you cannot use Teflon tape with methanol, because methanol will eat that, I guess. So let me be right back with some more information. I guess got to read up a little bit more. Okay, so I do believe what I just found is to be that we need to use this EP sealant, the E6000 sealant, on pretty much anything that's threaded. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So here's what your nozzle looks like by itself. This is the filter side, so that's got to go into here. And then this guy will go into over there, I guess. So it'll go into there with the filter, and then this guy goes on top. So hopefully that makes sense. So let's go ahead and apply some of this stuff on here. Doesn't really say how much, I guess, but we'll go with about that much. I'm sure a nice covering amount, so that way it covers everything, would be ideal. Make sure you don't get it on the filter, because I'm sure that'd be unfortunate. Put that in. So it's snug, and then we'll give it a half turn. And that should be good. Hopefully I got that on camera. Doing great, ain't I? Alrighty. So then next would be, I guess, this. I'm not going to do this because that's going to come at a later time. Right now I'm just worrying about that. So now we'll put a liberal amount on here. Okay, holy crap. Chill out there, guy. Okay. And then we gotta put this in here. So I guess one thing I should have probably thought about was the direction of this thing, because now it's going the worst direction. So I don't know if this stuff is still loose enough to where I can clock it. So we're gonna hopefully not fuck up any of that. Looks like this stuff is not like super permanent, so that's kind of good. Okay. Thinking something along that nature. Okay. So, that guy in there. Boom. So it should sit something like that. And then as you can tell, the nozzle doesn't go past, which you do not want. So that's good. I think with this guy right here, so the only time you want to be cautious of that is if you're using a different mechanism. I think that this one, you can't really jack it up because this guy has like a flange on it, so you can only tighten this so far. But yeah, so hopefully that'll seal. That'd be great to not have any boost leaks. So that's all I've got so far. So next stuff we'll see is we got a whole lot of that to do, because we got to get we got the gauge. This guy, gotta put that in. I gotta find a place to put it. We got a whole bag of fittings. I'm probably gonna knock this guy out, I guess, right now. Alrighty, so here's your level sensor. And there's like the nut that goes on there, I suppose. So what they want you to do is take off the cap. You're gonna drill a hole in the side of here. A lot of people are doing like a third of the way. So we'll probably do something of that nature. Probably like right around here. So let's just go ahead and send a hole in this. I'd rather have it a little higher than lower. So we're gonna go with like just below half. Gonna try So I probably find out that I needed something else in a different order. Oh, sounds like that. Goes like that. Goes there. I'm pretty sure I kind of screwed myself and drilled the hole too small. So we're gonna do the old, put some of this stuff on. We got the plastic washer. And then we got the net. There's an arrow right below that. That needs to be facing down. So we need to flip it around. So that way that guy is working like so. So essentially that'll float up, and then when it's getting low, it's gonna make contact, and then boom. So now we gotta make sure that's aligned perfectly, and then we're gonna tighten this guy down. And it just says tighten it until it creates a leak-free seal. So hopefully that's good. And so call that good. Then you just gotta make sure you clean this thing out good. And we should be good. Let this guy dry. But yeah, so far we got the tank done with the level sensor. We got the nozzle mounted with the adapter into the silicone coupler. So that's all good to go. Probably go toss this back on the car. And then the fun part will be we got to mount the pump and all this stuff. So, but at least everything should be prepped now for us to install it. So that's good. Okay, so I've already started the video. So now is the fun part on the car. So we get to install the tank, the pump. So the tank is going to be going right over yonder. I'll hold it down where she's going to home, down in yonder somewheres. And then we're going to drill a hole through the firewall, and we're going to mount the pump inside like this on the back firewall. I touched power to it. It wasn't too terribly loud. It could be a little bit louder once there's fucking fluid in there, but or quieter. Pressure. I don't know.
It'll get quieter with fluid, I would think.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Either way, the car's not terribly loudest, and worst case scenario, that thing's loud. Then I'll just like make a styrofoam box for something. Yeah. I don't know. It's a race car, even though it's not. It's the slowest race car on the road. So first step, we're gonna get this thing mounted, drill a hole through the wall, and put a grommet in, and then run the line through, and then we'll figure out where we're gonna put the pump on the inside. So let's do that. You all been waiting for. It's mounted. Alrighty, so we got the pump mounted. It's in there. It's got rubber foot mounts, so it should keep it quiet, which is good. And then it's ran up through there, out this grommet down there, just sharing it. Now just put a grommet right here. So now we got to put in the one-way valve, basically, check valve. So that way, like when you're in vacuum, it can't siphon it out of the hose, which would be bad. You don't want that. That just wouldn't be good. Also, if you run your, if you were to put this into the housing, you would definitely need one of these because it would suck it out at idle.
You need a solenoid. If you
yeah, I think, yeah, you do need the solenoid because it wouldn't, under boost, it probably wouldn't blow it out.
Yeah, solenoid would stop it.
Yeah. So, yeah, you need the solenoid. So correct that. But, yeah, so now we got to do is get this guy in there. This guy has to go anywhere in between the nozzle and the pump. It can literally go anywhere, but I'm going to try and keep it as close to the nozzle as possible, just so that way, if any does dribble in there, it'll be minimal. So let's put this guy on there and get that all hooked up. We're probably going to fill this guy up with water and maybe just give her some power so we can, one, hear how loud she is, and two, we're going to test Paul's nozzle. He also is putting meth into the CTS, the LS swapped CTS. So we're going to just kind of compare nozzles. He has, what's the milliliters on that one?
1200.
Yeah, so he's got a 1200 milliliter. And then I have the number 5 in here, and I believe that was like 350 or something like that. The one I'm going to be running in here is like 175. I think we're kind of figuring out that they are not made equally, because if you look at snow performances, they're significantly lower than what is recommended through Devil's Own.
Yeah.
So Devil's Own, and then what's the other one? AEM.
Yeah.
AEM also makes one. And those, like, all three are different numbers, basically.
AEM's in the middle, Devil's Own is higher, and this snow performance is lower.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's based on, I think it's based on the pump. I'm not sure. But
they're all rated for 200, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it. So they're all basically the same pumps. They're just labeled with their label. So I don't really get it, but if you know why that is, leave a comment below, because that'd be kind of cool to know. Yeah, I guess we might as well beg for a like, so you might as well hit that like button too. So, all right, let's get this put in. Alrighty, so here is this nozzle. We'll see if we can see this spray on camera. Oh, yeah. Yep, okay, that's good. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're doing that way?
Yeah, I'm just spraying her out and about. So, I guess that's kind of the gist. We sprayed his, we sprayed that. We can't tell. We literally can't tell. It is louder now that it's like sealed up, but I think once it's running, it shouldn't be as bad. So
at least you know it's running.
Yeah, well, plus it's not even like it's running all the time anyhow. Yeah. So I don't even know what I'm bitching for. Yeah, it's only going to be a wide open throttle when you're above like 7 pounds. So
stop
I don't know. I don't want performance. I want a Prius. Yeah. No, probably gonna go kill myself now after that one. So, let's, I guess put the nozzle back on. She's done. Well, I probably should pull the nozzle out and let her run until there's no more water in there. Yeah. So, because it's filled with water. So, we'll empty her out, and then we got to hook up the gauge. So, should be sweet. So, let's do that. Okay, so she's all wired in. This yellow I don't use. That's for when you're not doing single, or if you're just doing single stage, you don't use it. Otherwise, that would go to like a solenoid. But otherwise, we've got the level sensor ran back, and the motor sensor, or the motor power is ran back. We've got 12 volts hooked up here on the gauge. It's grounded, and the vacuum line's not hooked up yet, but we will get that done because I'm not running it yet. So, but yeah. So now when we flip her on, power's on. If you hit this guy, it'll shoot a little bit of water out, probably. You did. Yep. So, and then you can go through this, and that's what time or what PSI it starts injecting. PSI, it's at 100% injection. I don't know what that does. The text color, so you can do any color. Here's all the color options. And then the graph color, same color options. And the injection on, you can turn it on or off, so if you don't want to use it at all. I'm pretty sure that the flashing means that it's low level. Because we put water in it and we live in Wisconsin, I'm going to try and get all the water out. So we're going to put some good old boost juice in there, which is the good stuff, hopefully. So, yep. And then we have the line disconnected over there, so that way we can give her a little feedy job. So let's unscrew this and fill her up. All right, so filled it up. That is pretty much full. I think I could get a little bit more in there, but we're gonna pump her out. So essentially, you should see it coming out right there. Ugh. And hopefully it will not be flashing yellow when it turns on, because that would mean that that is what it does when it's low. Hey, that's pretty cool. So now when we hit this button, you can hear it turn on. You can see it coming out.
All right.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's big.
Okay. Too easy. done and done. Okay, so that's basically it. Got it mounted right there. All that. And okay, that was great. And we pull this guy, and it's all right behind here. See here, there we go. I've got all the wires zip tied to that stuff, so should be nice and clean. And yeah, the gauge is mounted up there. Just got to do the T. Just got to tap it into. Probably, I would recommend off of wherever your map sensor is. I would go off of there. So, other than that, that's all I got. So you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. And yeah, that's it.